What I think we need to do in meetings such as this one is to now provide a voice that is not only driven by the science, but is driven also by the capacity and the potential of entrepreneurs, of the business world, of citizens and consumers, the marketplace, as we often refer to it, to validate our willingness and also ability to make these transformational choices. This is what we have called in the discussions in UNEP and with ministers of environment over the last few months, the green economy. In the midst of a financial crisis, the world has allocated $3,000 billion to stabilize, if you want, today's or yesterday's economy. We have prepared a policy brief that you will see during this conference here called a Global Green New Deal, in which we call for a significant portion of that extraordinary mortgage that a generation is taking upon itself today to be invested not in only stabilizing yesterday's technologies, markets, business, and value propositions, but to in fact recognize that the imperative to transform our economies from an energy, resource efficiency point of view are going to accelerate so quickly that any country that does not take advantage, if you want, of this crisis, strange as it may sound, to invest in tomorrow's technologies, in tomorrow's business opportunities, in tomorrow's markets, in tomorrow's products, in tomorrow's consumer preferences, would actually be making a tragic mistake. From an entrepreneurial perspective, from a macroeconomic perspective at national level, but even more so from the perspective of our collective capacity to address challenges such as climate change. In meeting with you here, and as you and I'm sure many of us interact in different contexts, one of the most critical things this year will be not whether politicians can show leadership. I think we are seeing quite a bit of leadership, including on things such as Green New Deals as part of the financial crisis and economic stabilization measures in Korea, in the United States, in China, in Japan, in Europe, in South Africa. There is willingness by politicians to take a bigger step forward, but they cannot succeed unless they are validated by the business world, which is, as always, the litmus test in the public domain of whether something will help the economy or harm it, and also to give the public, the consumers, the courage and the conviction that they actually can believe in the transformative capacity of our markets and technologies, and that public policy in guiding the market is not a contradiction. It is perhaps the most opportune partnership, public-private partnership, that we have ever needed if we are going to deal with climate change and the broader agenda of environment. In that sense, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this conference here, which is beginning to grow into an event where I think we are finding a level of interaction and a level of specificity that quite clearly is setting a discourse in many of our operational realities. I hope that this year, with the meeting having moved from Singapore to Paris, with new partners also here in France, we will succeed in maintaining that momentum and hopefully build on it, because sealing the deal in Copenhagen will be the litmus test for decades to come on whether that green economy becomes perhaps a dream of the early 21st century, or indeed does become one of the threads through which we will move forward in the future. Thank you very much.